Hey there, I am glad that you are here. By now, you have gotten the worksheet in order to calculate your total daily energy expenditure, or in other words, the amount of calories that you should be eating every single day for your body, your goals, and the movement that you're doing every single day. Now, bear with me. There comes a lot of learning when it comes to macronutrients and sufficiently fueling your body. This is all things I teach in the Macros Made Right course, which is opening back up in January of 2022. But for now, you may be curious where exactly you need to be. So I'd like to walk you through that. Let's go ahead and share my screen here. So you have received this PDF of this macro calculator. The very first step, I want you to calculate your TDEE. So your TDEE is actually composed of three different things. Your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, which is essentially the calories that you burn every single day, just keeping your body alive. So if you were to lay in bed, this is the amount of calories you burn, just keeping your heart beating and your lungs breathing. Then you also have the calories that you burn from digesting the food that you take in. And then you also have the calories that you burn from just walking around and getting things done during the day. And this excludes any intentional exercise. So we're actually going to visit this TDEE calculator to figure out how many calories that you burn every single day. So I'm going to go ahead and put my metrics in here. I'm female. I'm age 38. I weigh 145 pounds. And I am 5'5". They don't let you put halves in here. They totally should. But I'm 5'5" and a half. Now, I would say that I do heavy exercise because I'm teaching a lot, and I'm often only getting one day off. For most of us, we would fall into any of these categories below. So I'm going to choose heavy just for my sake. And then if you do have body fat percentage, definitely enter that in if you know that it's accurate. But if you don't have it, don't even worry about it. You're just going to hit this button, you're going to hit calculate. So this actually calculates out how many calories you should have every single day based upon the amount of exercise that you put in. I want to make a note. Do not look at any of this information down here. It doesn't apply to you because it doesn't know you. We're going to figure out you in this worksheet coming up. So this is your TDEE, or otherwise known as your maintenance calories. It's the amount of calories that you need in order to not lose and not gain, okay? It's just where you want to be nice and comfortable in. So I'm going to jump back over to the worksheet here. Where did that go? There we go. So just to make things super easy, I'm going to go ahead and jot in 2,000 calories just so we can do some easy calculations. Now, in Macros Made Right, I actually walk you through determining where you need to be. So some of you want to lose weight or lose fat, which would be a cut. Some of us want to just get comfortable with our maintenance phase and eating the amount of calories that our body actually needs. And so that would be your maintenance phase. And then another phase that you might opt for is building muscle or your bulk phase. So depending on what phase you want, many of us are going to choose cut because we want to lose weight if we are here. Then you want to take your TDEE. So remember, 2,000 calories. And because I'm going to cut, I'm going to multiply my TDEE times 0.8 or 0.85. Okay, this is 80% or 85% of our calories that we should be taking in at maintenance phase, but we're just cutting them down by 15 or 20%. Does that make sense? So I'm going to times mine by 0.85, and I'm going to get 1,700. You do the same for your body. Actually, I'm going to put my calorie goal there, 0.85. There we go. And then below, 1,700. Perfect. Now, if you want to dive in any deeper, this is the amount of calories that you should be in when you're at a cut, or whatever phase that you choose to do. If you're at maintenance, obviously you're going to stay at your TDEE. If you're looking for muscle growth and gain, then you're going to up your calories by 5 to 10% or multiply it by 1.05 or 1.10. You had no idea that you were coming to a math class, did you? But a lot of this is all about taking the data, figuring out what it's telling us, and then figuring out how to get there using the data. So then we're going to incorporate our body weight into this. So if you really want to hone down deep and get into macronutrient counting, I highly suggest jumping into the Macros Made Right group when it opens up in January, but this is an easy way to do it. But the macros made right group gives you a lot of context as to why you really should pay attention to your macronutrients for body composition and retaining lean muscle. All right, so let's just, for the sake of our purposes here, I'm going to put my body weight in as 150. It's an easy calculation. Then you should be consuming at the minimum 0.8 grams of protein per pound of current body weight, upwards to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Now, a lot of this is based upon where you are now and what is actually achievable. So for example, if your body weight is high right now, then 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight is going to be a lot of protein. I'll just admit it, okay? For the sake of what we're doing here, I'm just going to put 1 in, and that equals 150 grams of protein, okay? So our calories from protein, 4 calories per gram of protein. So we're going to times 150 grams times 4. That equals 600 grams of protein, or 600 calories of protein, calories from our protein. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so then we're going to determine our fat goal. So again, 150 pounds. I want you to times 150 pounds by 0.2 or 0.5 grams of fat. That's what our goal is per pound of body weight. You can choose any range there. And again, it depends on what is achievable for you, okay? If you rely on sort of a heavier fat diet and you really can't cut out a lot of your cooking oils or your avocado or things like that, then you're going to want to be on the higher side of things. If you have some more weight to lose, you're also going to be on the higher side of things. Find what's achievable for you. So for example, I'm going to be at 0.4. I like to cook with my olive oils and things like that. So 150 times 0.0 or 0.4 equals 60 grams of fats. Don't cringe. That's a normal amount. So fat per gram has 9 calories within it. So we're going to times 60 times 9, and that equals 540 calories that are coming from fat. So then all we do is we take our calorie goal here, 1,700, our calories from protein and fat, so 540 plus 600, that's going to equal 1,140. And then you're going to get your amount of calories from carbohydrates, which is 560. We're going to divide that number by 4 because each gram of carbohydrates equals 4 calories. And you're going to see here, you're shooting for 140 grams of carbohydrates. All make sense? So then you can take it to this third page here and you can say, okay, I am going to hang this up on my fridge. I'm going to put this into my calculator of choice. My caloric goal is 1,700. My protein goal is 150 grams per day. Your fat goal, 60 grams per day or whatever yours is. And then your carbohydrate goal is at 140. Now look at that. If that low for your carbohydrates, I will tell you that's a little low for my carbohydrates. So I'm actually going to play around with it. And you can do the same here. So instead of my gram goal for fats being 0.3, I'm going to take it to, or I'm going to take it down to 0.3, and then I'm going to take that is going to even out to be 45 grams of fat times 9 equals 405. See how I'm doing this here? I'm just playing around with my numbers based on what I can do for my body and what I'm used to doing. So in my macros made right group, we actually have everyone track. And I know nobody likes to track, but we have everyone track and really gather their data for a full week so that we don't overhaul things. And instead, we take what we're already doing and what's been working for us, and we just fine tune and finesse those things. All right, so 695 calories now from carbohydrates divided by 4. That looks so much better. I'm going to round that up to 175. Amazing. Let's be real. I like my carbs. Then you can also, so you have this delineated here, your 1,700 calories. Out of your 1,700 calories, 150 grams of that is protein, 45 is fat, and 175 is carbohydrates. If you want to dive even deeper, you can you can put that into your percentages. So you can calculate that all out. You would take your grams times 4 here for your protein. So for example, 150 times 4. And then you divide it by your calorie goal, which is 1,700. That means about 35% of my calories are coming from protein. You can keep going forward. This allows you to set up your goals, like I said, in the tracking mechanism of your choice. Totally recommend jumping into MyFitnessPal. It's got a free version that will help you keep track of everything. If you have any more questions, feel free to reply to this email. I'm here to help you. But if you are looking into macronutrient as a sustainable and long-term way for weight loss, or just hunkering down on your nutrition and getting comfy in your maintenance phase, or adding lean muscle to your body, I highly suggest getting on the newsletter and making sure that you jump into our next group, which is starting in January of 2022. So enjoy and let me know if you have any questions.